Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Green Lanterns Podcast. And on today's episode, I am learning this the same time I'm getting this out to you guys. Apparently, the previously released My Adventures with Green Lantern Jessica Cruz news about her casting call is not the only news, and additional information has come out. This comes to us by way of Nexus Point News. Matthew W. is the writer here, and it's titled Exclusive. Additional My Adventures with Green Lantern character descriptions reveal more details on the upcoming series. As a bit of background on what the show is, it says My Adventures with Green Lantern was first announced in February of this year as a spinoff to Adult Swim's My Adventures with Superman, an anime-influenced take on Superman. My Adventures with Green Lantern will focus on the Green Lantern, Jessica Cruz, who has her life upended when a power ring falls from the sky. This iteration of the character will be a high schooler who's chosen to be the ring's champion. Shout out to Night's Edge Media. As reported by Night's Edge Media last week, a character description for Jessica states that she will be 14 to 15 in the series, who had a normal upbringing playing softball and hanging out with her friends Kyle and Nikki, until everyone around her hits puberty and she faces bullying. The series picks up when Jessica begins high school and is described as chronically anxious, a trait that's core to her comic counterpart. And then here is where the new bit of news drops in. Sources tell Nexus Point News that Kyle and Nikki are confirmed to be Kyle Rayner and Nikki Jones, respectively. Other characters that are confirmed to appear are going to be Alex DeWitt and Kilowog. Details and direction of Kyle's character are currently under wraps, but he will serve as a love interest to Jessica. The series will be set in Coast City, and the students will be attending Hal Jordan High School. The status of Hal Jordan in this universe is currently unknown. Similar to My Adventures with Superman's Sailor Moon-esque transformation, the influence will carry over to this series, with Jessica sporting a Sailor Moon-inspired costume. The Green Lanterns in this iteration are described as peacekeeping warrior monks rather than cops, similar to the Green Lantern who appeared in My Adventures with Superman. Additional details on Nikki are that Nikki is described as overly confident goth high schooler who doesn't care for the approval of others. Nikki is Jessica's lifelong best friend and protective of her, sometimes overly protective. Nikki is likely an adaptation of Nikki Jones from the comics, who becomes the new Jade as part of Lex Luthor's Infinity arc. Nikki Jones first appeared in 52 number 29 in 2007 and was created by the legendary Jeff Johns, Grant Morrison, Greg Rucka, Mark Waid, Keith Giffen, and Chris Bautista. As for Alex DeWitt, she is described as the popular girl of the school. She's a softball star and the daughter of politicians. Alex first appeared in Green Lantern 1990 number 48 in 1994 and was created by Ron Mars, stud, and Bill Willingham. She's known in the comics as Kyle Rayner's first love interest and the victim of the infamous fridging issue, where she's brutally murdered by Major Force. Lastly, they give some information on our legendary hero, Kilowog. Like other Green Lanterns, he's described as a warrior monk and the last surviving Green Lantern. Kilowog served with pride, and an incident in the past involving him resulted in the collapse of the Green Lanterns. Kilowog serves as a mentor to Jessica. Kilowog first appeared in Green Lantern Corps in 1986 in issue 201 and was created by Steve Englehart and Joe Staton, the last surviving member of his race, and lost his planet during Crisis on Infinite Earths, and was initially created to be one of the Lanterns who joins Hal and John on Earth when the Corps were no longer bound by sectors. Kilowog is best known for serving as the drill instructor and Hal Jordan's mentor, and he also famously, lovingly refers to people as poozers. Now, I did not know about this article dropping, even though I'm buddies with the person who wrote it. Y'all did me dirty by not giving me a heads up. That being said, I feel like there is so much information in here to take in, even though it's just a small bit of information. An incident with Kilowog causes the collapse of the Green Lanterns, and he is the mentor to Jessica. So this show, My Adventures with Green Lantern, is Jessica Cruz's adventures with Kilowog, the Green Lantern. So at least we've got that bit of the plot out of the way. Also, just want to say it's absolutely lovely to see Kilowog in any and every adaptation of anything Green Lantern, whether that is comic books, toys, movies, television shows, live action adaptations. I'll take this as well. Kilowog should be everywhere. If Green Lantern is involved in something, Kilowog should also be a part of it. When we look at Alex DeWitt, who again, is the girl who got horrifically fridged while dating Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner being in this, she's a love interest of Kyle. And then we have from the other information above, Kyle is to serve as a love interest to Jessica Cruz. It seems like Alex is the popular girl in school. She's the stud at softball. Her parents are probably crappy politicians who are mean people. And she's probably the person who is bullying Jessica because she wants to be with Kyle, and Kyle is going to be Jess's love interest in the show. That's probably a big part of the plot points right there. As for Nikki, this is not who I was expecting for it to be Nikki. Her being Jess's lifelong best friend and is protective of her, she probably causes some issues and some fights with Alex over the whole Kyle situation. So it's good that she'll have a best friend. We're obviously getting a description of what is possibly like her rival, at least in season 1 when it comes to Alex. We don't get a crazy ton amount of information on Kyle himself, which does suck because Kyle is my favorite Green Lantern of all time in anything. I'm just happy that Kyle is in this and that they're confirming that this is Kyle Rayner. It's a little bit weird that he's going to be Jess's love interest in the show as well. I do like that the show will take place in Coast City. Makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I love that the high school is going to be Hal Jordan High School, and we don't know the status currently of Hal Jordan in the show, if he's going to be around at all or whatever. But it's kind of like any sort of big IP thing. You have writers and animators, and people are just constantly looking for ways to throw in things that are like Easter eggs. That will be fun for the community to see. Seeing Hal Jordan High School make people think of Hal Jordan, legendary Green Lantern. I think that that is good for the show overall. Having Hal in it would be even better, but name dropping Hal, at least in terms of being the name that, you know, the high school is, that's still a W in my opinion. And yeah, just based on the original description that was dropped by Night's Edge Media last week, talking about how she's got a normal upbringing and she's playing softball, same sport Alex plays, until her friends hit puberty. She starts facing bullying. I'm sure that we are going to see Alex bullying Jessica, but I don't think the show is going to be ultra dark, and I don't know if they're going to make reference to the fridging, but I would say 100% I don't want to see any characters fridged in this. I don't need my boy Kyle to go through that again in general, but yeah, like it's not a crazy amount of news, but that is a lot of information to take in about the show, and it should give us the opportunity to speculate a ton over what's happening in the show now. Were you guys already excited for my adventures with Green Lantern? Are you more or less excited now hearing some of those descriptions as to what's going on? Give me your thoughts and your takes on all of this information. And again, shout out to Nexus Point News and shout out to Night's Edge Media for getting us this information for my adventures with Green Lantern. It has been a long time since the show was announced. And up until recently through these two sites, we haven't really had any information. It's kind of been like just dead silence on that front. So I appreciate these places for breaking us out of that funk. Thank you guys so much. And again, now that we have confirmed that this is Kyle Rayner, I'm thrilled. And I can't wait for the show to come out even more now. Catch you guys on the next one.